Harris is having her moment in the sun. I heard you guys talking about this on your show. And she's in a great mood, and she actually has reason to be. Her books are selling fast, like wildfire. 350,000 copies sold so far, which is actually really good. I actually can't wait to see when she hits the New York Times bestseller list if she has the little asterisk next to her number, which not everybody knows means that you used bulk sales to get there.
You won't believe what's blowing up right now. Megyn Kelly just grabbed Kamala Harris' new book and started digging through it like she's hunting for secrets, and now the internet is going wild. People can't stop talking about it, and honestly, it feels less like politics and more like a juicy reality show ready to explode.
Let's face it, was a DEI hire as vice president and would have been a DEI hire had we voted her in as president. She was just out in Australia, as an aside, this week because some real estate conference hired her to speak. She's represented by CAA here in America, one of the biggest agencies out there. And they're apparently having trouble finding jobs for her domestically because they had to ship her halfway around the world in order to get a paid gig. And I just want the audience to know, this is how she sounds. This is what they paid, I don't know how much for. She sounds just like Kamala Harris. Here's
Kamala Harris dropped a fancy new book with that big smile on the cover like it's a whole new start. But everyone knows it's just another DC move to look relatable, even though that ship sailed long ago. And hey, if you're vibing with this, hit subscribe. It really helps more than you think.
Can't do it. She cannot do it. She's desperately trying to be Oprah, and she can't be Oprah. And as it turns out, Oprah is kind of a psychopath. I'm going to do a piece on this at some point. Honestly, we were raised by wolves, those of us who watch that show religiously. I figured it out at 54. In any event, Kamala Harris is not even as good as the fake Oprah. Never mind the real one. And I don't know, you guys. You seem to be very bullish on her newfound confidence and think that this sales number is going to encourage her to actually run again. I mean, I'll start with you on that, Andrew. Do you believe that?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
Why? I mean, I love it. I want it.
Megyn Kelly saw right through Kamala's new book while everyone else acted impressed. She was like, nope, this is just another shiny PR stunt. And honestly, if it were a movie, the trailer would totally say, from the creators of political reinvention comes another round of self-promotion.
The Kamala Harris book.
It's a rubbernecking thing. I don't rubberneck on the road, but I will culturally rubberneck.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested, like the beginning of the book is like getting the call. And it's the fake version of the call.
Yeah.
It's not the like, I started scrambling and whipping people up to my side so I could avoid a primary because there's no other way I'm getting this thing. Oh, Joe's dropping out? No idea that was gonna happen. You know,
the shock.
We're just making pancakes, you know?
Right, like I do.
Yeah. Oh, I have to tell you, in when you open the book, the inside art is this very not at all staged photo of Kamala. It's like a recreation, I believe, of her that morning in the call, because she describes herself wearing like her Howard University sweatshirt.
You know what's hilarious about Kamala's new book? It's totally not a book. It's just a campaign ad pretending to be deep, like a long emotional post that somehow turned into 300 pages made for the camera, not for reading. And if you see it on someone's table, trust me, it's there for looks. Only the pages probably haven't even been touched.
She does speak. It's so cringy. That remark about what's next, I'm going to walk up these stairs, is so telling. She's so dumb. She's just not clever. And this is yet another example that's making the rounds today. It's a flashback from just April, not that long ago, when she was asked by Spectrum News what it would do to race relations if Trump repeals some of these DEI policies that she and Joe Biden have infiltrated the entire government.
Megyn Kelly, being her usual sharp self, didn't even try to act like Kamala's new book was about inspiration. She knew right away it was a full-on image makeover move, like Kamala trying to turn from awkward meme queen to caring leader overnight, because apparently nothing boosts ratings like pretending to be an author. And it's kind of funny, right? The woman known for the most confusing speeches, now writing a whole book where she finally controls the words, and Megyn was quick to notice the timing too, like how convenient it drops right when election season starts, when politicians suddenly act all humble and relatable. It's basically a soft launch before the big campaign, pretending it's about truth, when really it's all about fixing that brand.
The book, she goes after them, sort of one by one.
I don't think Republicans could ask for more, because you have this terrible candidate who now has this artificially inflated sense of self because whoever wrote that book for her managed to make it juicy enough that people want to buy it. Even people who don't like her are buying it because they want to hear her, sling all the mud at these other Democrats. So this has inflated her to the point where she actually thinks she can do this, which she definitely cannot. Puts her back in the primary, which now we're going to get to see the info. Now we're really going to get to see them go after each other. Pete Buttigieg is going to be like, how gay am I, Kamala? You're the bigot, right?
Megyn Kelly, being her usual no-nonsense self, totally saw through the whole thing. She's seen this kind of pre-election makeover before when a politician drops a book hoping everyone forgets their awkward moments and bad polls, and the funniest part is Kamala's been vice president for years, but the book is being hyped like she's making some huge comeback from what though? The job she still has. It's like writing a cooking book after burning dinner. And what really made Megyn roll her eyes was how fast the media started calling it powerful and inspiring. Like, come on, we all know a bunch of tired speechwriters probably threw it together between coffee breaks just to make her image look shiny again.
Is a bully who's pushed out or made life intolerable for virtually every person who's come to work for her in the White House. She's the Meghan Markle of the administration. People can't work for her. If Kamala Harris starts a podcast, I promise to personally promote it every day. I will personally promote. We will be on that like white on rice. We will be making sure we monitor every word she says.
So the cover of Kamala's new book is honestly a whole production. Like, she's got that expression that sits somewhere between confident leader and wait, what was my line again? The lighting looks straight out of a presidential photo shoot, and her outfit, you just know a bunch of people in some DC office sat around a table arguing for hours about whether that purple blazer makes her look powerful or like she's hosting a talk show. And Megyn Kelly couldn't stop pointing out how the whole thing feels less like literature and more like marketing in motion, because really this isn't about sharing her story. It's about shaping her image after years of awkward interviews and word salad moments, and maybe hoping people forget the memes and low numbers along the way. It's like she's trying to turn the next chapter of her career into a rebrand moment with glossy pages and serious poses. And while her team did a great job making it all look picture perfect, Megyn knows the truth. This book isn't about reading, it's about being seen holding it, and that says everything.
Yeah, exactly. So it sets the tone nicely that you're not at all getting artifice in this book.
No, it's all raw,
real
all
deal.
real. Well, so she sits down with this guy and she recalls the fondness of her rallies where everyone loved her. You can see she's actually missing it when people paid attention to her and she felt relevant for once. Mm-hmm. And just this classic Kamala here. Take a listen. SOT 25.
Somebody would want me to take a picture or to hug their child. And someone in the back would hand that baby over through.
You gotta laugh thinking how this whole thing probably started with some DC strategist going, hey mom, if people don't really get you, maybe give them a book to read, and somehow everyone nodded like that's genius. Even though nobody's actually read a political memoir since forever and the timing could not be more obvious. The book launch just happens to line up with election buzz talk of reshuffles and those perfectly casual town halls that look anything but random. It's like Kamala's out here testing if the country's memory has reset or if people finally forgave her, and Megyn Kelly, being sharp as ever, didn't rage. She just calmly took it apart piece by piece, pointing out how nothing screams strategy, like a politician suddenly rediscovering her childhood dreams right before campaign season, and the irony of it all. The woman famous for talking in circles now releasing a book full of words she likely didn't even write. You can almost picture the poor ghostwriter somewhere surviving on coffee and confusion typing away like, please let this make sense.
Writing a book. It's called 107 Days. She's releasing it now, just as the news comes that she has decided not to run for governor of California, and increasing speculation that what she really is going to do is run for the Democratic nomination in 2028. So she has longer than 107 days, the title, because that's all she had to actually run and try to seize the presidency. Here is her little promo online for her book.
Just over a year ago, I launched my campaign for President of the United States. 107 days, traveling the country, fighting for our future. the shortest presidential campaign in modern history.
Megyn Kelly started connecting the dots fast. She knew this wasn't just a book drop, it's the classic politician play, vanish for a bit, come back with a deep-sounding memoir, do the soft interviews and call it a comeback. And of course, Kamala followed the same script, acting like it's all about honesty, when it's really about fixing her image, and Megyn wasn't buying it at all. She laughed, knowing those interviews will just be soft music, fake smiles, and answers so vague they could pass as horoscopes.
Take a break. Was Kamala Harris drunk in this clip, or wasn't she? It went everywhere. While we're on the topic of public drunkenness,
we think about like these moments where we see things that are being taken, but also let's see it as nature abhors a vacuum. So where there's a vacancy, then let's fill it. Right? And let's know that the reality is that the progress of our nation has always been about the expansion of rights, not the restriction of rights. We're seeing a U-turn right now. But we have to keep fighting.
You can bet Megyn Kelly didn't waste a second before cutting through the act she saw right away. This wasn't about wisdom or truth, it was about polishing up an image that's been slipping. The White House clearly knows the game. Just stick a politician's name on a so-called inspiring book and pretend it's something meaningful. And the funniest part, the title you just know, it's one of those vague ones like The Power Within or Leading with Heart that sound deep till you actually think about them, like one of those cheesy posters in a dentist office, and Megyn pointed it out perfectly. Every bit of that book, from the fake reflections to the carefully chosen words, feels rehearsed, because this isn't honesty. It's pure performance polished by strategists, hoping people mistake it for soul.
What I learned and what I know it will take to move forward. In writing this book, one truth kept coming back to me. Sometimes the fight takes a while, and I cannot wait for you to read this, and I'll see you out there. Take care.
oh my God. Okay, it really says something that they went to her, Glenn, and they were like, literally the only thing that's interesting about you is those 107 days. You were vice president for 4 years, sorry. No one cares. Look, literally nobody gives a shit about what you did. Nothing. We know that. Can you just tell us about what happened when you got drafted?
It's crazy, but Kamala's plan might actually work because in politics, image always wins. If enough people call it inspiring, it suddenly is, and Megyn Kelly caught that right away. She knows this isn't about truth. It's about rebranding, and maybe not even for voters, but for her own party, with all the quiet reshuffling going on. This book is Kamala's way of saying, hey, don't count me out. And Megyn laughed, knowing the book doesn't matter. It's the staged performance around it that sells the story.
I think we're too hard on her. She's the gift that keeps on giving. Like, it's almost like she cares about us the way she keeps offering these little ditties.
It's impeccable timing. It's much needed comic relief. She doesn't know it's comic relief, which kind of makes it even funnier.
Right. I guess it's less benevolent than I'm giving her credit for. But here she is. I don't really know who this was. My team says it's Scott Evans and a YouTube show that she sat down with. I guess she's promoting her book, which I understand you're reading.
I just started. It's fourth grade reading level, yet very, very rough going.
Oh my gosh, are you having...
By the time Megyn Kelly wrapped it up, she didn't even need to drag anyone. The whole thing spoke for itself. Kamala's shiny new book isn't some deep truth. It's a makeover with chapters. She's not rewriting her story. She's rewriting her reputation before someone else does. And as her big inspirational tour kicks off, Megyn's breakdown still hangs in the air like a wink to the audience, because no matter how polished the words or pretty the photos, it's clear this isn't growth, it's strategy. And while the book might not fool everyone, it definitely proves one thing: Washington never changes, it just updates the cover. So if you're loving all this juicy breakdown and want more truth bombs like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because Jacob Reports always brings you the real story behind the headlines. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.